Welcome back, friends. In this video, I will be concluding the story which I developed to explain confidentiality, integrity, and availability in terms of some cryptographic concepts. I'm not going to go too deep into the cryptography right now because it will disturb the whole flow of the topics which I have planned to cover in the CISSP curriculum. Now, what we have discussed so far is symmetric key cryptography, and we have seen that in symmetric key cryptography, we can achieve confidentiality by encrypting the message. And in asymmetric key cryptography, we can achieve the confidentiality plus non-repudiation and integrity as well, actually, um, with the help of digital signature. So these are the things which we can achieve in asymmetric key cryptography, but there are some challenges where we can't use asymmetric in a very efficient way because it's slow and it creates encrypted message which is at times larger than the message itself. So we want to use the best of both the worlds. There we use a technique called key wrapping and digital envelope, which I will be explaining here. And with that explanation, I will come back again to our main topic, which is security principles and policies and how we do security governance using security principles and policies. So yeah, let's come to the drawing board, and I'm not gonna do the whole drawing again. You can refer my last video to understand how a public key cryptography works, like the asymmetric cryptography works, and how a non-repudiation is achieved using that cryptography. What I'm going to explain here is the concept of key wrapping and digital envelope briefly, and then we will conclude the video. So what is key wrapping? Before I explain key wrapping, I will present you the challenge. The challenge here is, to understand the challenge, I will go back to my old story where I have user A and user B, and we have a network in between, and we have a message M which we want to transfer. So as I said that symmetric encryption is very efficient and fast, but asymmetric is not. So asymmetric encryption is not that fast compared to symmetric. And the problem with symmetric encryption is that it requires a lot of key pairs if we have many participants. So it's not scalable. Now, if you want the best of both the worlds, what we do, I will put that explanation briefly here. We actually we use public keys. Let me take keys K1, K2. So K1 is my public key. I'll just strike it down like this. And K3, sorry, and K4. So K1 and K3 is public key. K2 and K4 even numbers are private key. Message M is M. And then what we do when we transfer the message, we use a symmetric key, right? So let's call a symmetric key as KS is my symmetric key, and this symmetric key will be same here as well. And then what's going to happen is our intention is to securely transfer the message. But as I said, that encrypting a message with symmetric key cryptography is easy, efficient, and fast. So we will be doing that encryption using symmetric key. But exchanging the key with the receiver, it will be done using public key cryptography or asymmetric method. So how it will be done? So what we will do here is we will take message M and we will use symmetric key and we will convert this to M dash. This is, I will call it, let's call it equation 1. This is the first thing you will do. And then what we will do, we have to secure this key as well. So we will take the key, which is my KS, and we will encrypt this with the public key of the receiver, which is K3, and it is going to be KS dash. So just pause here for a moment and try to think what we are doing. So first we are encrypting the message with a symmetric key, making a message, encrypted message M dash, and then we are actually encrypting the key itself, right? So generally we encrypt the message, but here we are encrypting the key. And which encryption we are using to encrypt the key? We are using asymmetric encryption because we are taking K3, which is the odd numbered symbol. Actually, it's not, I'm just making it up, like odd as public and even as private. And we are having this this KS dash, which is the encrypted symmetric key. This is equation 2. Now, this encrypted symmetric key is called the wrapped key. Basically, this is encrypted key, encrypted symmetric key. This is also called encrypted session key. Because for security, what we do, we use one symmetric key for one session, and either by if you have worked on IPsec protocol, you can recall that after some time, 86,400 second, or with some amount of data, like I say, like after every 4 MB of data, we change the session key. Because it's weak, session key is like symmetric key is weak, it can be decrypted. And if we are using it, then we are using time or data value as a compensating control to actually ensure that we have less risk with that. It's just like doing a risk management exercise on the symmetric key. Now, what we have done here, we have done encrypted symmetric key, and this process is called what we call this process as key wrapping. Right? This process is called key wrapping. On just a high level understanding, you have to just have this concept in mind that if a session key or a symmetric key is encrypted using some receiver's public key, this is an encrypted session key, and this process is called key wrapping. That will be sufficient for CISSP CISSP actually understanding, CISSP level understanding. If you want to go in more detail of key wrapping, you can go in more detail, but that will be something which will be in addition to what's expected from CISSP. Now, we have encrypted session key and we have encrypted message. What we can do, we can take both of them. Let me take this thing, and we can take both of them, M dash and KS. And we can put these guys into something we call, let's make a container, and we put m dash and case dash here. And this container is basically called digital envelope. So digital envelope is a container. I'm not sure if I'm using the right name container here. I haven't done any digital envelope implementation as a software anywhere in my life. I just know this concept exists in information security, that it's just a method to put the encrypted message, that the encrypted message which we get from the symmetric key encryption and the encrypted key into something and send it across. Now this container, we'll call it digital envelope. And now this digital envelope will be transported all the way to the receiver B. Now what's going to happen when B is receiving this this message? So again, I will just draw it here. We have got m dash, and we have dot ks dash in a envelope, which is my digital envelope. Now B, what it will do, ks dash, B is going to apply his private key K4. Now we should see that if K4 is related with K3 or not. We know K4 is related with K3, and ks dash can only be decrypted if ks dash was encrypted using K3. So we can refer to equation 2 here. We can see that case was encrypted with K3. So it can be decrypted with K4, and he will get the session key, right? So this is equation 3. So once he gets the session key, I think my video is blocking the content. Let me just move it here. So once the user of the end computer gets the session key, what's going to happen is this session key K4 will be applied to what? No, sorry, no, it's not K4. The session key is KS. This is what we got here, right? So KS will be applied to M dash, and it will be converted to M. Why? Because this is symmetric, and the only condition, only rule, remember the rule I explained in my last video about the symmetric key encryption, that the message which is encrypted with the key, the same key can be used to decrypt the message. So you see here, case was used for encrypting M, so case can be used for M dash to decrypt it. It all comes from here, right? Now he got the message M. This was the end objective, that the user should be able to receive the message M. So in a steps, what we did, well, first we encrypted the original content of the message with a session key, which we call which is actually a symmetric key. We call it session key when we discuss the IPsec protocol or the protocol who use symmetric keys. So we get the message M dash, but we can't transport the session key over an insecure channel. Then we take help of the public key cryptography to encrypt the session key. This is equation number 2. And then we put both of them in a digital envelope. By the process of encrypting a session key with a recipient public key is called key wrapping. We should know this term. And the wrapped key and the encrypted message, when it is put in a container, that container is called digital envelope. Digital envelope can be sent to the receiver, because the problem is that if this message anyway, if it is intercepted and is being opened by an attacker, he will never be able to decrypt the session key, because session key can be decrypted only with the private key of the recipient. So this digital envelope will be received, and the whole process will again be done by the recipient in reverse. First, he will try to get the session key, and then once he gets the session key by using its own private key, then this session key will be used to decrypt the original message. There are other things in the digital envelope which is actually conveyed to the receiver, that which type of encryption algorithm is being used, key size and other stuff. Because if the receiver do not know the detail of the encryption protocol, or like how it is encrypted, he will not be able to decrypt it. So yeah, so this is the concept of key wrapping, digital envelope, and how it's done from a very 1,000-feet high level view. I have tried to explain it. Now, few things which I would like to call out here is just I will request you to think that what we have achieved here. We have achieved a few things. With equation 1, we have achieved what? Confidentiality. I'll just write it down here. Confidentiality. With equation 2, what we have achieved? Again, we have achieved confidentiality. And when is there a non-repudiation we have achieved here? Not exactly. We haven't achieved non-repudiation, right? So to achieve non-repudiation, what would have been done is that if this user A would have encrypted the whole message with his public key, with his private key, then it would have achieved non-repudiation. Like if this whole digital envelope would have been encrypted using K2, then we would have achieved non-repudiation, right? So yeah, that's all in this video. I hope you will be able to connect the dots when you watch my last 3 videos preceding this video, before this video, to get the whole understanding of the concept of authentication, non-repudiation, integrity. And this non-repudiation is used as a method to authorize some of the tasks of our user as well. So it's not an authorization which we achieved directly from non-repudiation, but the outcome of non-repudiation can be used to authorize some of the rights to the user. I hope this video makes sense. And if you want further details, I'm gonna make another video anyway on the topic of cryptography. There I will explain these things in more detail because there are some prerequisites of cryptography which we haven't covered here. My only objective was to give you an example of authentication, non-repudiation, and integrity. Hopefully we will cover more stuff like message digest, and how message digest can be used to enhance digital signature in RSA protocol. So at that time we will discuss more on this topic. Thanks for watching the video. For any comment, you can always comment section is free for you. And if you like the video, I will request you to subscribe my channel so that you will be aware of any new videos coming. Thanks for watching the video.